A 29-year-old cable industry professional has spent all of her working life, the past 8 years, with the same company. When she began to feel dissatisfied with her job, she sought career counseling. Dee Dee agreed to be the on-camera client for the counseling sessions you are about to see. Four accomplished career counselors with markedly different styles and objectives each conducted a 1-hour consultation with her. The first counselor is Dr. Howard Figler, author of the Complete Job Search Handbook and principal of Howard Figler and Associates in Sacramento, California.
Hi Dee Dee, I'm Howard Figler. I'm interested in helping you with your career, so tell me how you see your present situation.
My present situation is that I work in the cable television industry and I work in sales and marketing. I've been there for more years than I ever thought that I would be, which is about 8. That is since I graduated from college. The path to my life at Cablevision has been that when I graduated with a degree in communications, cable television was the industry that was the one to go to at that time. And I was very fortunate to find something in cable, and I've been able to rise up their ladder, so to speak. So I've had promotions and I've done different things. I currently have been in my position for 4 years now. And I'm at the beginning of management in my company. I like the work very much. I'm very good at what I do. I like the people very much, but I don't really see a path there anymore. And I'm beginning to think that maybe I need to look elsewhere. I never went through the usual interviewing process and assessment of my own skills when I graduated from college because this job fell into my lap. And so now I feel that I need to do that.
You said you don't see a path.
Yeah.
What sort of path did you want to see or would you like to see?
I don't really know what kind of path I expected to see. For a long time I was able to put goals in front of myself and get to those goals while I've been at my present company, and that's been great. But at this point, I don't really see the next move. It is unlikely that there is anything going on there that I would want to do.
You don't see something out there that you want to jump toward and move toward that excites you and draws you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, that's exactly right.
Okay. Tell me what you like about your present work and what you don't like about it.
My present work I like because I manage people and I spend a lot of time talking to people and using interpersonal kinds of skills that I think I've attuned over the years, and I think that I enjoy that and do that well. I also get to use my creativity quite a lot, which means that I'm always being challenged to come up with new kinds of ideas. In sales and marketing, it's kind of a gimmicky sort of area, which means that we're always trying to come up with new concepts to get people to buy our service or get our representatives enthusiastic or trying to market something new. So that kind of thing is very exciting to me, and I enjoy that a lot. The kinds of things that I don't like, I do not like any kind of statistical work. I don't like any kind of, I'm not especially partial to computers, though I'm getting better, but that doesn't come naturally to me. And some of what I have to do is computer stuff, and so I'm getting better, but it doesn't come to me naturally. So.
But some things that you like are being creative and finding a way to reach the market and managing people?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay.
And I do like that a lot. But I've been doing it for a long time, and I think I need to think about doing it in a different kind of capacity, perhaps.
Using some of those same skills
Yes.
in a different context.
Exactly.
For a different product or service or something.
Possibly,
like
yes.
Okay.
I'm open.
Yeah, open. Why not be open? That's the way to be. What else is, anything else missing in your present position that, as you reflect on this in your idle moments, something else you'd like to have in the work you're doing?
I think I'm kind of getting bored.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I would just say that it's, I almost feel sometimes like I've overstayed my welcome.
Yeah. Meaning?
Meaning that I think that when I originally graduated from school, I thought that I would be doing my job for maybe a year or two at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during that time that I was hoping that I would figure out what my next move would be, perhaps graduate school, or I think I really thought graduate school. And somehow time has gone on, and I've been there, and I've progressed, and I've grown, and that's great. But now I'm getting itchy.
Let's do a what if, just a broad one.
Good.
What if the labor market were hospitable, you know, whatever was out there that you might want, you could have some shot at, and you had the talents you would need to do it, without even worrying about job titles. What's out there that you think you might want?
What kinds of things could I kind of see myself doing that
Yeah,
would
just
be exciting to
any
me?
fleeting thoughts that have crossed your mind.
Fleeting thoughts. My sister's husband had a friend once who worked, this is funny, who worked, I don't know who he worked for, but he helped do concerts. He was somehow involved with like promoting concerts of major recording artists, and he would travel with them and I guess orchestrate what went on with concerts that they had all over the country and all over the world. And I think this was quite a few years ago, and at that time I just thought what a cool job that would be. So periodically I do think that would be kind of a neat thing to do. I think that I periodically have thought about something along the lines of public relations or advertising, but what has kept me away from seriously thinking about those areas is that I don't really know if I'm aggressive enough or assertive enough. I don't find myself, I'm not a cutthroat kind of do or die sort of person, so I don't really know about that, but I've periodically considered something in those areas. Any kind of recently I've been thinking about events, people that say work on the Olympics or work planning major kinds of events. I think that kind of work would be interesting for me.
There's some common ground in a couple of things you described, in that they're high-profile events, concerts, events, things that are public things that are happening that you have some hand in making happen.
That's true. I hadn't. Yeah, you're right.
And let's just try this on. They take the present you up to this point, the work you're doing and things you've done in your life. How do you see the things you've done connecting or applying to these kinds of events? That
I actually do see them relating, because one, as I said, much of what I do right now is manage people. And I see that these other things that I'm mentioning, I do see a connection there, in that it would be working with a number of people and kind of orchestrating many different bodies. And sometimes I think that I also, in my current job, have to use different organizational kinds of skills, because I'm always juggling several balls at one time. And I see that would also be something in the new areas that I'm discussing that would relate. In addition to that, I think that I mentioned to you that some of what I do has to do with coming up with new concepts, and I like to think I'm a very creative person, and I am. I can be very clever with creative things, and I think that that of course would somehow relate, because my creative juices, I would imagine, would always be challenged, and I think that I have those skills.
So you could imagine yourself being involved in planning, organizing, and the creative aspect of what's going to happen and how do we promote it, and a lot of different dimensions.
I'm not really sure about what dimension, but yes, I do see those things, yes.
Okay. And clearly there are those kinds of work out there.
I guess so, but you know, it's funny because it's hard for me even to imagine, just as I said, the person I'm thinking about who did the concert kinds of work. I have no idea who he even worked for. I don't. I have no idea how people find jobs like that, or if you would be working for a record company, or would you be working for an advertising agency, or what. So it's funny to think that it's out there, but I wouldn't know how to look.
Well, you know, that's really the how-to part. That's the how do you find them, what are they called, how do you get there. I'm not real worried about that part. I think if it's something that attracts you, that you'd like to look into, you can find out the how-to part. I can affirm that there are people out there who do that, and you know that too.
Yes, that's true.
They can be found, they don't hide under a rock, and I think it's generally true that lots of people get into those kinds of work in lots of different ways, so clearly it's open to you until you find out otherwise. The possibilities are there. I'd like to back up and just kind of ask you a couple other things, because I think part of trying to help you is getting to know you. And besides what you've said so far about your present work that you like and you don't like, what else is true about you and your life that you like in your life that maybe outside of work, that just sort of, if you were going to describe Dee Dee to somebody, what is something else you like in life?
I think that I'm always, in some way, shape, or form, always looking. When I watched the tape of my session with Howard Figler, the thing that was most amazing to me was that I actually did what he said to do. I had implemented his ideas. He was also very challenging. He asked questions that really made me stop and think. The most interesting question to me in retrospect was, what was stopping me from going out and doing what I needed to do? In addition to that, I think what I really liked about my session with him was that he tended to really listen to what I was saying. I felt that he was paying very close attention to me, and I felt that he was responding to whatever my concerns were. I also think that there was a very natural progression to the session as it went along. It built. And I was kind of surprised by my candidness with him. I guess because I felt so natural, I was able to be very open and honest with him. And that was kind of surprising and interesting for me to see when I viewed the tape. I felt that he was a very warm person, and I felt that over time we really connected very nicely. Howard Figler suggested something called reality checks. It was a new concept for me, and it was a concept that I liked very much because, as I think it's very clear here, everything that I do is very methodical and very slow. I'm in no rush to do anything. I'm doing it at my own pace. And I think that because he was suggesting that I do one thing at a time and take it step by step, that was very comfortable to me and very very exciting, and I liked that idea, and I actually did implement those ideas, and I think I've been doing that by taking some time and exploring some other options. I have been doing other things that are helping me see if these are areas that I want to go into.